honor and respects. This is Sancista Brujo Luis, and I'm doing a video today because I want to show you how I bless and consecrate a pentacle for my spiritual and magical workings. Today is Friday, October the 14th. Right now, the moon is waxing, and tomorrow will be a full moon, and then, which is Saturday, Sunday, the moon will begin to wane. And so I probably won't upload this video until probably Monday or Tuesday, so it's going to be a little bit late. But I want to show you how I bless and consecrate pentacles or pentagrams for my spiritual work. Now, usually, I don't know if you can see it, this is the one that I usually use the most, and the one that I've had for the longest time. But I still, keep it very sacred. But I wanted something new. I wanted to upgrade, and so I was in Salem, and I was looking around, here in Massachusetts. I was looking around the shops, for a nice pentacle that I could use, and I came upon this guy right here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to consecrate it. I'm going to consecrate it within the matter of 3 days. So I found this in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm just going to unbox it for you. Now, here's the box. Comes in plastic. So it is a glass pentacle. It's pretty big. It's a glass pentacle. And inside it has copper. Okay, copper is a powerful energy for conducting energy, and this is a great tool to bless and consecrate other items. So I saw this, it was like $35. I saw it in Salem, and I said, I like it, I'm gonna pick it up. It's a nice size. And what I'm going to use for this ceremony, but before I go any further, a lot of people are going to say, well, isn't the pentacle Wiccan? Actually, the pentacle predates Wiccan tradition. It is used in most magical traditions as a symbol of magic, as a symbol of protection, and it's also used, if you see old police officers' badges, they have a pentacle, which is a symbol of protection. War planes have pentacles to protect their airplane, and it is not just used in just Wicca. It is the symbol of protection in many cultures, in Hinduism, in some forms of shamanism. They use the pentacle. I want to show you something, and I'm going to show you some pictures of old pentacles from other grimoires, which are more like ceremonial magic. But here is a pentacle. This cloth, this paño, was given to me by my medium. He's half Japanese, half Cuban, and he gave me this pañuelo. Hopefully I'm not showing it wrong. But if you can see, this is from Japan, okay, and this is the symbol of the wizards of Japan, the magicians of Japan, and they also use a pentacle, okay, or a 5-pointed star within their traditions of magic. So the pentacle can be found in many traditions of magic, okay, and so it's not just a Wiccan thing. You can use it in your spiritual works to charge other items, okay. So it is a symbol of protection, but it is also the symbol, the universal symbol of the witch. Okay, so the pentacle, okay, if you look at it, depending on the tradition of what you use it for, some ancient, I'm trying not to get the glare of it because it's glass. Okay, some ancient traditions, Christian traditions, used the pentacle to represent the 5 wounds of Christ. Okay, the 5 wounds of Christ. It also symbolizes in many occult traditions the 5 elements, which would be, and I'm hopefully with the video I'm going the right direction, which would be earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Okay, so it represents the 5 basic elements of the cosmos, of the universe, and having all the elements well balanced. It also, if you look at a pentacle, okay, it will often represent a man or a woman. This is the head and the arms stretched out. So it'd be something like stretched out like this with their legs stretched out. So it's their oneness with the universe. So this is what a pentacle represents. This one's made out of glass, and inside of it, it has copper. And copper is a good conductor of energy. Now, for this pentacle, I'm going to do this for within 3 nights of the full moon. And what you're going to need is you're going to need a tea of lavender. Okay, so boil some tea, because lavender is very purifying and very calming. So you can get some lavender and use lavender as a spray to wash your pentacle down. I'm going to give a little joke right here. If I'm sure a lot of people are like, well, I can't get lavender. A lot of people. Well, then go to your bodega, your Puerto Rican bodega. This is a little joke, okay? And get yourself some fabuloso, the Puerto Rican fabuloso. No Puerto Rican home is a Puerto Rican home without fabuloso. Get fabuloso with lavender, okay? And you can put some fabuloso on a cloth, wipe it down just as you would do the tea of lavender. This fabuloso, I added agua florida to it. Because I always mop, every time I mop my house with bleach, or if I'm spiritually cleansing the house, I always like to pour after I mop down the house. I don't like it to smell like bleach, so I like to use fabuloso to give the house a nice aroma. This is just a joke. You can use fabuloso if you want to, but if you have lavender, then I would recommend you make a tea of lavender. For this trabajo, you will also need 5 candles. These are the emergency candles, but since I don't have all the colors that I want, my friend picked out these candles at the Asian market. I don't know if I got this right. At the Asian market, okay, and they're really thin. Cost like $1 or something. $1. I think it was like $1. Yeah, like $1. Okay, these are Asian candles, and they're really thin. They're kind of almost like birthday candles. Okay, you can see they're very, very thin. So you're going to need 5 candles per day. These little candles that you can find at any Asian market, while these last 3 hours, okay, these last around 5 to 10 minutes. So it's easier if you're doing this for 3 nights and you want to keep an eye of your pentacle to use these, because they only last around 5 minutes. So I would definitely recommend that you do use these candles that you can find at an Asian market, or you can use, I think they're Jewish candles. Don't quote me on that. They're Jewish candles. They come in thin, small like that, or even, birthday candles. Okay, you can use birthday candles. A lot of people birthday candles. Why are you gonna use birthday candles? In times of necessity. Mother is the necessity is the mother invention. So you gotta do what you gotta do. So, anyways, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna consecrate this pentacle, but I want to talk a little bit more about the actual pentacle. Okay, so the full moon of October, well, at least October 2016, is ruled by Aries. Okay, and the moon in October is known as the hunter moon, and I think also the blood moon. Don't correct me on that, but I know it's known as the hunter moon. Now, usually when I consecrate a pentacle, I like to do it for 3 consecutive nights. This is just the way I personally do it. Each night I light these candles to it in the 5 points. These candles usually last around 5 minutes. And you can pick these candles up at any Asian market. These are made in Thailand, but you can pick these up at any Asian market, and they last around 5 minutes lit. Or you could, if you have longer time to sit outside, you can sit outside. I mean, these last 3 hours, okay? And each night I will put 5 pentacles on each point. There's a glare there, and I was trying to clean it off. But on each point of the pentacle, you're going to add a candle to each of the points to bless it and consecrate it for, you know, what it is that you need it for. So yes, I'll be doing this for 3 days. And it is going to be the October full moon is the hunter moon. Today's Friday, so this video probably won't be uploaded until probably Monday or Tuesday. Friday, October 14th, is why? Because the moon is waxing, or creciente as we call it in Spanish, and it's 98% creciente. 98% waxing. It is 14 days old tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, the 15th, the moon is going to be full, which will be a 15-day-old moon. And Sunday, my final day of charging my pentacle with the energies of the full moon. The moon will be 98% illuminated in waxing, or merguante. And usually I leave it out for those 3 days. And each day I light candles, and you know, I cleanse it down with the lavender tea, and I make sure that the moon rays hit the pentacle. And I usually leave it out till Monday, so that it receives the rays of the morning sun of Monday. So I will start this today, this Sunday night, leave it out Saturday. Each night washing it down with some lavender tea, each night lighting candles to bless and consecrate it. And then on the final night, or the final, Monday, I will bring it in, I will light again candles, and I will consecrate it with a spiritual prayer. So let me talk a little bit about why I chose a copper pentacle. Now, this is the one that I've always had right here, and you can see a lot of times you'll see that I use jewelry with copper. I like copper. It is sacred to one of the spirits, my mother, my spirit guide mother. So why is copper good in your spiritual and magical workings? Well, copper is an excellent conductor of energy. Energy such as heat and electricity, and spiritual energy. And that spiritual energy, in Spanish, we call it corriente espirituales. Copper also has natural antibacterial and antimicrobial, which is believed to collect bacteria, which reduces the spreads of diseases. Copper is used in the treatment of wounds and skin diseases, as well as internal diseases such as anemia, cancer, heart diseases. Copper also can help improve the circulation of the blood, increasing energy flow. It detoxifies the body. Wearing copper jewelry, like I showed you that I do, wearing copper jewelry on like wristbands or whatever it be, bracelets, will attract love, health, prosperity. It also helps with rheumatism and arthritis. Okay, so copper bracelets are said to definitely help with arthritis. It eases joint stiffness. It opens the flows of block energy, especially within the chakras, and it supports the natural healing process of the body. Copper should never be consumed, so just wear copper. I would never consume copper, so I'm just letting people know, don't be consuming copper. It's one of the oldest materials used by man. I think copper was first used 10,000 years ago. Don't quote me on that. And I know that in ancient Sumeria and Egyptian magic, it was utilized around 3,900 years before Christ in their religious and spiritual practices. Copper is sacred to many feminine goddess energies, such as Aphrodite, Ochun, La Caridad del Cobre, which is Our Lady of Charity, or Our Lady of Copper. Oya sees copper as sacred. Shamasha, Inanna, Astarte, Ishtar, and Venus are sacred to these goddesses. A lot of goddesses of love view copper as very sacred. Bits of copper placed in your kitchen attract money. So try to keep copper pennies in jars. Never keep, especially in your kitchen, never keep copper in plastic. Always keep it in glass, because it is said to attract abundance and money. Pieces of copper used in pentacles and in wands, such as this right here. This is a glass pentacle, but within it has copper. But copper used in pentacles and wands will enhance and direct the energy that flows through the magical tool. In this case, the pentacle. In the Japanese tradition, I think the furba is made, which is their dagger or their wand. That's made out of brass, copper, and iron. Okay, and it's all mixed in to make that the purba. You can enhance and charge the energy of any magical item with copper, especially it just enhances the energy. So you can use your pentacle, or your you can place things in the center of it to absorb, to just enhance that magical energy. So you would pray over it, and that's why I wanted a copper pentacle. Copper jewelry, which is what I like to wear. Right here, I like to use copper jewelry. A lot of people like gold and silver. I love silver, but I'm more into silver and copper. But copper jewelry helps in channeling spiritual messages. It aids in spiritual communication, cleansing, and purification. In some Espiritismo traditions, in some Espiritismo belief systems, copper, or cobre, as it is known in Spanish, is able to conduct spiritual energies, sorry about that, and fluidos back and forth between mediums. Copper also has the power to amplify thoughts when sending and receiving psychic communication. Copper has the ability to ground and transfer a wide array of vibration frequencies. Copper promotes healing and opens the pathways or the energy. It just enhances the energy of anything that you place on copper, and of course on a pentacle. It helps to enhance the energy of that. So this is why I chose a copper pentacle, and I've always had this one. This is the one that I've used for forever and a day, and I thought, well, it's time to upgrade. So there were wooden ones, and there were different kinds, and this is the one that definitely called out to me. Okay, so now I'm just I like to cleanse it down with a tea made of lavender for each night, and each night I will place the 5 candles on it. These candles, like I said, last 5 minutes, so it's just quicker, and especially if you're short on time. If you can't do it outside, then do it in a place where the energies of the moon can hit the glass or the pentacle. If you're using one of these pentacles, if you can't do it outside, do it in a place where like a window, an eastern window, where the moon rays, the full moon rays, will hit the pentacle. I'm going to leave it out for 3 nights, making sure that it absorbs, or that the reflection of the full moon. See this thing? I think it's my light up there. But I'm going to leave it outside for 3 days so that it could definitely absorb the energies of the full moon. O omnipotent, all-powerful, holiest and righteous one, Alpha and Omega, that which has no beginning and has no end, cause of all causes, thou that hast created everything through thy knowledge and will, thou who elected Abraham as thy servitor, and who promised that all the nations shall be blessed by his progeny, thou who hast manifested thyself to thy servant Moses as a flame in the burning bush, thou who enabled him to walk dry-shod through the Red Sea, thou who gavest him the law upon Sinai, thou who gave to thy servant Solomon the pentacles of thy mercy unequaled, that souls and humans might be saved. I with humility beg and implore thee, majestic and holiest one, to cause the consecration of this pentacle through thy power, that it may be made potent against all bodied and disembodied spirits. Through thee, Father, most holy one, I humbly request that thou mayest cause thy archangels to guide me. May the archangels, by the permission of thee, O Eternal One, increase and strengthen the secret forces and virtues of this pentacle, so that I may use it to perform those rituals for which it has been fashioned. Give it power to be more than capable in all its works, so that by it I may find a strong defense and powerful weapon to direct the spirits of the elements, as is dictated by the one whom naught but silence can express. I pray and ask that ye hear my petition and be here now. Bestow upon this pentacle the strength of Samson and the purity of the Virgin Mother, whereof ye are master, so that its outward and material form may be a true symbol of its invoked inner and spiritual forces. O glorious Raphael, thou who rulest the airy aspects of the earth, I invoke thee, be here now, bestow upon this pentacle those powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. O thou glorious Miguel, thou who rulest the fiery aspects of the earth, I invoke thee here and now, bestow upon this pentacle those powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. O glorious Uriel, thou who rulest the watery aspects of the earth, I invoke thee here and now, bestow upon this pentacle those powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. O glorious Gabriel, thou who rulest the densest aspects of the earth, I invoke thee here and now, bestow upon this pentacle those powers which thou dost rule, that with it I may also govern those spirits over whom thou art Lord. By the powers of the Father, the Son, and the holiest of ghosts, so let it be written, so shall it be done.